How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another episode review of The Last of Us television show. Today's episode is episode 2, entitled Infected. It's better late than never, and one thing I need you to always do is to hit that like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, be notified of more videos just like this one. It's right there in the corner. Click always on. So, I know I'm a bit late. Who cares? Let's talk about this damn episode. Again, even though you know when certain things are going to happen to characters, obviously spoiler says right there in the title, even though you know what's going to happen to certain characters, it's still rather, it's sad, but it's touching. Because even though this is apparently supposed to be a one-to-one to the video game, obviously they changed the spore thing. There's no spores because, you know, it's hard to, I watched a little blurb, the little extra that was at the end of this episode, and it makes sense. You know, you do it through bites and things like that, and you change this particular ending scene from being the military is who they're running from to being, you know, they're running from infected and things. And it's mostly like that because, well, one, that's more intriguing. Secondly, doing the whole spore thing is it's rather difficult. Especially you can't have the actors always having on masks. That's one. Two, I agree. It's kind of hard to like make it seem like spores are located in one area. Spores float out into the world. A la what's been going on for the last 4 years in the world. But I digress on that. Very good extra. I hope you watched the extra ending. This episode, man. So let's talk about, so the opening, they address how Ellie is still not transforming. She openly tells them instantly, you know, the thing that Marlene told her not to tell anybody, which I like that because now you don't have the underlying thing. That's a good thing you didn't change that. And I guess the main theme of this episode is hope. Is hope through the darkness. Because in the end, you know, Tess is dying, but even while she knows she's dying, she's hanging on to that little bit of hope, right? Because she tells Joel, look, get Bill, I forget who else, get Bill and Phil, Lil, whoever, take her there. You know, this is, I never asked you to do anything for me. Take her and she will be the hope. We can fix everything. And the opening thing, one of the things she says to Ellie in the beginning is like, look, Joel and I are not good people. They've done a lot of messed up stuff. And if you played, you know, the games, you know some of the messed up stuff they've done. Most of us are just more endeared to Joel because we say that he was a father, is a father again. And it's up to you to decide where you fall on those lines, right? But a lot of hope. You get hope through the darkness in this. They did such a good job of just feeling the weight of the scenes, right? Especially, like, there's tension everywhere. Especially tension when they're waiting for Tess to open up the way. Tension when you see that, oh man, it's more infected. There's more infected there because groups of people come through looking for the quarantine zone. Oh no, they go inside to seek refuge. You get attacked from the ones that are deeper inside. It's too late. And these things shriek away from the sunlight. So direct sunlight is definitely what kills them. Helps kill them. And they worm through a network of a fungal line, which is it's actually based on something very, very real, on how fungus in certain forest areas communicate with one another. If you step on a vine one place, there can be dozens of infected coming to where you are because that information has traveled, which is what happened at the end, which it sent all of them, which is, damn, fungus, that's kind of overkill, right? So much to talk about. I want to go back and talk about Jakarta, Indonesia. We get more backstory on, you know, how this thing started. You know, they get a mycologist The Indonesia government military get a mycologist to study all this, to look through and say, tell us what you know about this. All right, well, this is Cordis. What specimen? What you get the specimen is? It's human. That's not true. Follow me. Shows her the person that got bit. She cuts it open. There's fungus in here. She opens the mouth. Oh crap! There's fungus in the mouth. Naked lady too. I wasn't expecting that. I really was not expecting that. And the story goes, one woman started acting crazy. She attacked 4 workers. They put her in the bathroom. Those 4 were bit. They had to kill her because she attacked a police officer. They killed the other 4. Don't know where she got bitten from. She worked in a flour factory. So this is how this stuff spread. Because we know it spreads through saliva and bites, right? So, spit flying on the wheat. And it's been confirmed that Joel, I forget Joel's daughter's name. I feel so bad. Joel, his daughter, and Tommy were this close to being infected because of the flour. They couldn't make pancakes. Didn't get a birthday cake. Couldn't make cookies. Didn't eat any of the biscuits from their neighbors. That close to being pretty much not the Last of Us show. Tons of lies and truth because we find out more about Ellie. How did they find out she, was immune? She snuck into a quarantined mall area that was boarded up and got attacked. You're by yourself? She wasn't by herself. Play the DLC. She was not by herself, but that's what we are told. That's what she says. She was by herself. And Tess gives her props. She's like, you got a lot of balls, kid. She's 14. Mom, any parents, any boyfriend, hinted very, very early on that Ellie is a lesbian. So it's right there. For those of you who didn't know, there you go. If you have a problem with it, pick something else to have a problem with. Like, come on, what's wrong with you? It's 2023. Anyway, I was talking about the weight and emotions, like seeing, man, the long way we would normally go, which is the safer way. We would, instead of taking the short way, well, now they gotta go through the museum. The museum has dry vines, right? Oh, we should be fine. But then they go in. There's a guy that's torn to shreds. Ellie's like, what the hell is this? And we get that slight foreshadowing earlier when she says, well, they tell us on the inside in school, there's just nothing but infected running around. Apparently there's infected that, they explode and they get spores on you. She's like, Tess is like, God, I hope not. And then they say, well, there's one that's, has that split down the middle of his head and, it can see you in the dark like a bat. It's the clickers, obviously. And that's, Tess and Joe kind of share that look because you can tell they have gone against these things before. It was so difficult for them to fight them. These things are durable. They take tons of shots. But if you can get to the vital points, the head and that, which unfortunately Tess she got bit right there, unfortunately. But we do see in the same time that Ellie got cut and Tess got bit. Ellie has healed already. So something special about that Ellie blood, man. I already covered that. Now I want to talk more about the emotional parts, right? Because then you get Joel, because Joel was just ready to kill her, right? He just ready to shoot her. Doesn't trust anything. Heard the miracle cure thing before. And there's a moment where Tess, right after they get done with the clicker thing, where Tess is just like, can you believe in something for once? Just go over there and help her. And we know that that's her ruminating in her mind that her life is coming to an end. But, pushing him forward. And during that moment where they get to the checkpoint, everybody's dead. The non-infected fought the infected and everybody died. You get the moment where she's gonna pour gasoline, gonna blow it all up with herself, and she looks in Joel's eyes and says, save as many people as you can, get her as far as you can. And you can see it's a split second. Pedro Pascal is such a good actor. It's a split second you see where he's sad that his maybe girlfriend, maybe companion, she's gonna die. This is the last time he's gonna see her. and he has to do it. Just sadness for a second, grabs Ellie, gets out. And he's so stern within himself that after the explosion, Ellie's still shaking like, what the hell? And Joel just keeps on walking. Such a good episode, because you could tell Ellie was getting closer to Tess, and she's like, I don't want to leave her. No, what are we doing? Nothing we can do, right? Man, that was rough. But I said tension. There's also tension. I need to stop cutting myself off. Where Joel is trying to connect with Ellie, right? Tries to ask her questions, and which learn to do that with the knife. Ellie is an asshole. Look, as much as I like Joel, especially because it's Pedro Pascal, as much as I like Joel, let's just be honest. Everybody in this world is technically an asshole. It's very few people that are actually trying to do the right thing. So it is what it is. But he tries. She lies, but then she asks, where are they from? He was from Texas. Doesn't tell her how he got up to Boston. Tess is from Detroit. He tried to tell us from Michigan. I went to school, but the school didn't tell her, anything about how the infected work, how the fungal stuff works, and anything like that. And Tess is steadily equipping her with knowledge so that she can survive, so she doesn't die. At the same time, that is such a good device of explaining things to the audience, of getting us more information without it seeming like, ham-fisted, without it going like, oh, you just had to do an exposition. Well, yeah, you kind of do. You need to understand how this world works, because it is technically different from what you played on the PlayStation 3. So, and the PlayStation 4, and again on the PlayStation 5. I feel like I actually covered everything that happened in this episode. It's just, man, I mentioned 3 tense moments. The tense moment was seeing that now they got to take another way. That's one. Second one was just trying to get to know this kid who you were ready to kill a moment ago, and there's actually 2 more tense moments. The other tense moment is the whole silence when she shows them the guy that got ripped apart. She's like, I know what infected do, but they don't do that. Like, we gotta be silent from now on. Then the cave in, which is so video game like, the cave in from inside the museum, and then that's when the clickers come in. Just the fact that we've been silent this whole time. He has to mouth to her, can't see, but they can hear. So chill. But of course, when one looks at you, you just go, yeah, of course, what, they were doing good, but yeah, excuse me. But yeah, that was very tense. And the tension where the infected know when someone else is infected, and they're steadily turning, especially that instead of biting her, kind of did the fungi kiss and put the little things in her mouth while Tess is trying to light that thing. And for a moment, I said, oh man, she's not going to get a chance to light it, is she? She does get it to light, accepts her fate, drops it, and big ol' kaboom, saving the both of them. So, this episode, oh man, you try to wait for 5 episodes to start judging things, but I got to give this a 5 out of 5 because this was actually really good. Great moments. The clicker stuff, the clickers look great. Looks like you could cut, paste, and just put them straight from the video game in there. They got the same voice actors that did the clicking to do the clicking here. Everyone knew their assignments and did their assignments well. So, very, very few things to complain about. Just the highlight of this is a bleak world where Ellie is this little grain of hope for everybody. I did forget to mention one thing in the past with the person from Jakarta, Indonesia, from the lady in Indonesia in September 24th, 2003, when asked by the military guy, When asked by the military guy, so how do we, can you make a vaccine, make a medicine for it? She's like, I've been studying this my whole life. No, there's no vaccine. There's no medicine. Well, what can we do? Bomb this city. Like her hand is shaking because don't know where the original person, where the patient zero is. Her hand is shaking. She can barely hold up the tea. Bomb this city. Please take me home to my family. I need to be with my family. And she's crying because she knows this is the end. So, really do hope there are some scientists that have looked into this and have found a way how to get rid of something like this, if that actually ever happened in the real world. I mean, it won't. Knock on wood, but I'm just saying, man. Another kind of zombie apocalypse, right? What would you rather have? Would you rather have this, Last of Us, or Resident Evil? Resident Evil, you might get cool superpowers. I'm always gonna kind of go for that one a little bit, although it's a lot more frightening to be chased by a 7-foot tall monster, or maybe a 9-foot tall vampire lady. Whatever floats your boat. Anyway, guys, I'm going on too long. 5 out of 5 from me. Please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Please. Oh man, really good episode. Really, really good episode. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos like this one. Thank you for taking some time out to listen to me talk about this show based on a hit video game. As always, guys, be good, be blessed, wash those hands, be good to yourself, be good to others. Either way it goes, please don't be a jerk. Make sure you take care of yourselves out there, all right? It's a crazy world. Just make sure you're doing your all to take care of yourself. Remember and realize there are people that care about you, people that love you. Someone rather speak to you today than to mourn you tomorrow. So talk to somebody, especially if you're feeling things. You're not alone. Talk to someone. My social media is right there at the bottom. Do not hesitate to add me and hit me up. I will definitely talk to you. And I feel like, is there anything else I'm missing? I don't think there's anything else I'm missing. So get ready to see my review for episode 3 tomorrow. Get to see Bill, Nick Offerman. I'm looking forward to seeing Ron Swanson in the apocalypse. He has been preparing his whole life for this. So, as always, guys, I'm Shane, and I will definitely see you next time.